Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and to Natural Magic. So we just did the various stones of the earth and now we're moving on to metals. Metals are found rarely in nature in their pure state, except when they form pure nuggets and of course inclusions. Metals must be extracted from the ore and purified. In traditional society, the smelting of ores and the purifying of metals were carried out by the smiths. The craft of the smith was essentially magical. The process of making metal and forming it into useful things was performed with magical rites and ceremonies, integrated with everyday activities. In ancient times, metals produced by those rituals were not only useful, but also considered very sacred. Every metal has its own unique qualities, so each metal is dedicated to a corresponding planet, day of the week, and deity. Silver is linked to the moon and the moon's corresponding weekday, Monday. It brings good fortune in areas of dreams and business. Silver rings are considered valuable in preventing cramps. Iron is one of the hardest of metals, and it is linked with the planet Mars and Tuesday. Iron is the most magical of metals, for it has protective and luck-bringing qualities. Iron is used in traditional buildings to ward off harm, for evil sprites and demons are said to avoid things made of iron. For this reason, magical nails are hammered into doorposts, lintels, thresholds, cradles, and beds to protect the inhabitants and users against evil and bad luck. Horseshoes are made of iron. They are nailed with iron nails on doors or above them as luck bringers. Iron is also magnetic, and magnetized objects are held in highest esteem. They're meant to possess special powers. They contain the infinite power of the Earth, which is a planet-sized magnet. Magnetic objects are thus used to sort of affect natural phenomena, such as the use of magnetized iron bars to prevent beer from going sour during thunderstorms. Quicksilver is linked to mercury. It sort of is an unusual metal. It's liquid at normal temperatures. And its day is obviously Wednesday, signifying flow, business, and communication. Significant in the mysteries of alchemy, quicksilver cannot be used either as a tool or as jewellery, but it has scientific uses in thermometers and barometers, and in the rectification of electric current. Symbolically, quicksilver is associated with fear, loss, and debt. Tin. This is associated with Jupiter and Thursday. It is a metal said to bring one riches, honours, and the fulfilment of desires. In former times, it was used to make bright amulets worn, usually on wedding dresses for good luck. Magically, it is seen as a metal of sudden and unexpected transformation. Copper is connected to the planet Venus and the day Friday. Like silver, it is an excellent conductor of electricity. Magically, it has the power to draw friendship and love, and is usually worn in bracelets as a remedy against rheumatism. Love charms are best when they are made of this metal. Lead is linked to Saturn and Saturday. It's associated with time, protection, and support. Lead is an extremely toxic substance, thus it's associated with the dead. Traditionally from Roman times onward, Dead bodies were wrapped in sheets of lead for burial. Lead is also used for divination at the new year, when the metal is melted and then dropped into water. The shapes it forms indicate what things may come in that year and what things you should avoid. At sacred places, votive offerings, both requesting favours from the gods and thanking them, are traditionally made of lead. Gold. Of course, gold is linked to the sun and Sunday. Because of its rarity and unchanging nature, it is a symbol of wealth and permanence, fortune and hope. Gilded weathercocks on houses, barns, and churches symbolise the spirit of the land on which the building stands, linking it with the powers of the winds and the sun. Of course, not everyone uses gold, as in like the pure gold metal, to put their cocks on when it's on barns and things now. But if it's used, that's the reason that's in there. But yeah, those are the metals of the earth that are very, very useful in magic. And of course, we have to be careful when using metals because we have to definitely keep them away from our eyes and our mouth and such. It's probably not a good idea. Always be careful when you're using metals, especially ones that can be toxic to yourself. So that's very important also. Thank you for being here with me and listening to this section. I hope it helps. Please hit the like, share if you can, and if you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Many blessings.